Hello, everybody. It's Dana Sullivan, your Stampin' Chick, here with another Make It Monday. This week's Make It Monday project is an incredibly versatile project that is perfect for the holidays that are coming up so soon. Are you ready? I'm not ready. Okay, you guys are absolutely going to love this project because look at this. Isn't it cute? It could be an ornament or a gift tag or a package topper. It is so cute and so very versatile. You could use it for literally anything. So, and of course you could change the designer series paper and the colors and the embellishments to make it for any occasion that you want to. And you could put a pin on the back and put a couple of ribbons and make it a birthday pin. Wouldn't it be so cute? It would be adorable. Now, of course, you can make these little rosettes in any size that you want. As you can see, I have two different ones here, both of them made with the same papers. But this one, I've put the little snowman from the Cookie Cutter Christmas, or I'm sorry, not snowman. Clearly, Christmas is getting to me. This is Santa Claus, folks. This is Santa. So I have Santa on this one, and then I have those adorable little snowflake trinkets you can see here. And it is absolutely gorgeous. So it really tops it off well and makes it just look very classy and elegant, and I just love it. Okay, so let's get started on what you need, all right? The first things you're going to need are 2 strips of paper. Now, you're going to want these strips of paper to be whatever width by 12 inches, okay? So, what you're talking about in this case is 1 1/4 inches by 12 inches long, which is the size of this rosette. Incidentally, this great big huge one is only 2 inches. Okay, so you can see that just that 3/4 of an inch difference really makes a huge difference in the rosette. Okay, so this one for a nice little ornament, a package topper, whatever, this one is 1 1/4 inches. So that's what we're going to do tonight. Okay, so we've got our 1 1/4 by 12 inches times 2. And as you can see, this one is kind of bumpy. It's got ridges in it. And that's because we get the scoreboard out and we're going to score every 1/2 inch. Now, I love Stampin' Up's trusty scoreboard for this type of thing because it's wide enough for the whole strip of paper and you can see the lines very clearly. Okay, so what you're going to do is just put your little strip of paper on there, and then at every 1/2 inch mark, you're just going to score all the way down to the end, okay? And then once you do that on both pieces of paper, we're going to accordion fold it. All right, so I've already done this one, and you can see there, it's done, it's ready, and it's got the mountain first. What that means is that you've got this peak right here, and you want to fold this piece the opposite. So if this is a mountain first, you want a valley first. So do you see that? It's a valley. And we're just going to still do the accordion fold. That's not going to change. Get that going here. All right. And then give it a nice squeeze to really crease those edges. Okay, so now you can see this one is mountains, this one is valleys, okay? That's really important for when you're putting it together because you want it to stick together like that, all right? So now we've got our 2 pieces of paper, 1 1/4 by 12 inches. We've scored it at a 1/2 inch all the way across, and we have these 2 accordion folded ready to go. The next thing that you're going to need are 2 pieces of cardstock. In this case, I've got Whisper White and Cherry Cobbler, and you want them to be relevant to the size of the paper. Now, what I have found is that the circle is a 1/2 inch larger in diameter than the width of the strips of paper. So in this case, it's a 1 1/4 inch. So these are 1 3/4 inches across. On this one, the strips were 2 inches and the circles are 2 1/2 inches. So give yourself about a 1/2 inch increase on the circles so that it will fit just right on your rosette, okay? All right, the next thing you're going to need is your Tombow multi-liquid glue. You're going to need some kind of a hanger. You can use ribbon, or I'm using some of the Festive Farmhouse Christmas Baker's Twine. This stuff is absolutely gorgeous and I love it, so I'm going to be using it. But you could use ribbon or twine or burlap or whatever you want. And then whatever you're going to use for your embellishments, I'm going to put a snowflake, and this one is from the Colorful Seasons stamp set. It's the stamp and die set. You know, I sometimes forget about all of these wonderful stamp sets that we still have in our annual catalog because I'm so excited about the holiday catalog. But, you know, this Colorful Seasons is actually a really nice one because it has the stamps and the dies for each of the occasions. So you've got the fall leaves, you've got a spring branch and some lotus flower, you've got a beach chair and a lemonade and a beautiful little scalloped edge that would be great for cards. And then of course you've got the snowflakes too. So this is a really, really nice all year long stamp and die set that you can use, and it's wonderful. Okay, and then the other thing I'm going to use is the little to and from stamp out of the Cookie Cutter Christmas, just because I really like that handwritten look. And yeah, I could handwrite it, but I like stamping. I've got my stamps, I have my ink, I should use it. Okay, so you have your glue, you've got your paper, you've got your circles, you've got your embellishments. I am also going to use another one of those snowflake trinkets because I just love them. They are still in the holiday catalog, so they're still available for just a short time yet, but they're absolutely gorgeous. I just love them. They're really heavy duty, but not super heavy, and they're not bulky at all. Look at how thin they are. I mean, they have a very low profile, so they can go in the mail without any trouble, and they are the perfect complement for your holiday cards. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to use... I don't know which one I'm going to use yet, but I'll just keep one of each out. And then the last thing that you're going to need is your hot glue gun. Now, I want you to be super careful with this, okay? This bugger is blazing hot. Ask me how I know. Just make sure you stay away from the business end of this bugger because it's hot. All right. So we've got it plugged in and setting aside, and let's go ahead and assemble our rosette, all right? What you're going to want to do is take a little bit of glue and put it right here on this little flap. So you don't need much, just a tiny little bit, and I like to spread it all over but make it super fine and thin so that it dries quickly. But you still have just a second to finagle it how you need it. That's a good thing about liquid glue. All right, and then give it a good squeeze, and it's ready to go. All right, now let's do the other side. Here we go. I want to start singing Christmas songs, but nobody wants to hear that. It's one of those I sing in the car and the shower, and when we go on trips or go into town, and my husband, Lord love him, has to listen to me. But I just love singing. I didn't say I was good at it, but I love doing it. Okay, so we'll let this sit for just a split second and let that Tombow glue dry. We'll go ahead and close it up and put it away so it's out of the way. While this is drying, let's go ahead and bring our little circle over and give it a stamp. Tap, 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 not smoosh, smoosh, smoosh. And then press it straight down, lift it straight up, and there we go. Isn't that cute? That little stamp is the perfect size for this particular rosette. I just love it. Okay, now I am fairly certain that this is dry now. It doesn't take but a second. Now this is the most difficult part of the whole process, okay? What you're going to do is just kind of finagle this paper to lay flat. And you want to keep your hand down there because otherwise it's like a jack-in-the-box. Okay, so push it down and then smush it together. Now you'll see here, this is what your rosette is going to look like. So you'll have a really good idea. And then you can also put your little piece of cardstock circle on there just to kind of gauge if you like how it's going to look. And I do. I think it's great. So we'll move on. Now, you're going to try to kind of work 2- and 3-handed with only 2 hands here, okay? So you want to hold your rosette together and then squeeze some hot glue all the way down into the rosette. And you want to be really liberal with this glue. Like, you are not going to hurt it to add a lot of glue, okay? And then we've got the front here, so we're going to put the front piece. Now you have just a second to kind of sort and readjust your paper how you like it. And then give your circle a really good firm press. There we go. And I like it, and it is good. Okay, and now we're going to do the same thing on the other side. But first, we're going to cut some ribbon. Or twine, rather. Twine, as it were. And right now, we don't have a top or a bottom, so it really doesn't matter how we do it. So what we want to do is just kind of maybe take our little pokey tool and our paper piercer and push it down in there. And then we're going to add some hot glue here and then around the edges so that it seeps in, and we want to make sure that we focus on putting some glue down in that little crevice, okay? So we're going to give that a good squeeze first just to make sure that we get it. And now is where it's going to be super important to make sure that we line up this tag. So we want the to and from to be on top, straight upright, and I think that's pretty good. And then give it a nice firm press. Now, I will tell you that you are going to feel the heat underneath this paper because it's hot. It is so hot. Okay, and then, feels like... Oops, look at that. Look what I did. Okay, well, I tell you what. I am going to finagle this just a little bit more. I'm going to add a little bit of glue there. And then I'm just going to poke that down in there and pretend like it went the way I wanted it to. There we go. All right, now we're good. Okay, so now we've got our little to and from. We've got some hot glue spider webs, if you know what I'm talking about. And then we've got our little ribbon. We have the front, and now we need to embellish. Okay, so what I want to do is take just a little bit of my liquid glue, and I'm going to very carefully put some glue along the snowflake. I don't know about you, but do you find that you hang your mouth open or stick your tongue out when you're trying to glue intricate pieces? It, it kind of reminds me of when we were kids. My brother and I used to play Nintendo when it first came out. We would play and my brother would stick his tongue out like it made him play better. You know, it made him run faster or jump higher or whatever just because he had his tongue out. Okay. So now that I've got my little rosette ornament made, I want to decide, do I want this snowflake or this snowflake? And you know, they both look beautiful, but since I have this one on that, I think I'm gonna do this one. Yes I am. Okay, now you can put this on however you want to, but I find the easiest way to put these little trinkets on is to grab a little glue dot and just put it on there. Now, if I can look without putting my head in the way, I think that looks pretty darn good. So, I will go ahead and push it down, and we are done. All right, my friends, what do you think? I hope that you enjoyed this little tutorial. These ornaments or gift tags or package toppers or whatever you want to use them for. Super, super adorable. You can still find all of the supplies except for the farmhouse Christmas twine. I'm so sorry it is not available. But you can still find the rest of these supplies on my website, danasullivan.stampinup.net. And I hope that you guys will like the video and subscribe to my channel if you're not already. I just cleared 100 subscribers, which I'm super excited about. Of course, this is a brand new channel and a brand new thing for me, and I'm really excited about it. So share my video, share my channel. I would love to interact with you and your friends. And come see me over on Facebook at Stampin' Chick Stampin' Up on Facebook. And I have a group there now. And of course, I'm on Instagram, Stampin' Chick Stampin' Up. There's an underscore in between each word. And I'd love to see you at any one of those places. And leave a comment down below and let me know what you think about the video and if you try it and how you love it. So thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate you, and I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful day. Bye-bye.